Drug agents are searching innocent people boarding flights at airports across the country. They aren't making many arrests at the gate, but they are seizing a lot of money from passengers, even when no drugs are found. Here's Factfinder investigator Brendan Keefe.
Hiding in plain sight at the busiest airport in the world, drug agents walk the concourses, blending in by dressing just like passengers. This is a DEA task force officer scanning passengers boarding a flight from Atlanta to Los Angeles. There's another. How do we know who they are? Because we use the same tactics to investigate them after several passengers said they were targeted for warrantless searches at the gate or on the jet bridge.
I'm a random search, guys. So he says. So those white folks? And I'm the random search.
That whole thing is just so humiliating. Like, who thinks this is a proper way to treat anyone?
Drug agents searched Tabari Sturdivant's bags in the boarding area in front of other passengers, some recording on their phones. The agents didn't find anything suspicious.
He just is like, are you high? Have you smoked? Do you have any drugs in this bag? Do you have any money?
The DEA and other drug agents are seizing millions of dollars from departing passengers at airports across the nation without making arrests during what the feds call cold consent encounters.
You're either going to sign a consent form saying that you're allowing us to search them,
okay,
or I'm going to detain them, run my dog on it, and get a search warrant.
Feel free to search the bag, sir.
It's not a consensual interview in those circumstances. It's an ambush.
Dan Albin and the Institute for Justice have sued the federal government on behalf of passengers who had their money seized when no drugs were found. The government doesn't arrest the passenger, they quite literally arrest their money.
It's actually easier to forfeit someone's property from an innocent person who is not charged or convicted of a crime than it is from a criminal defendant who actually is convicted of a crime.
We found the plainclothes DEA task force officers by going to departure gates for LA flights. They stopped passengers at the boarding door, asking to see their documents before going through their carry-on bags. The searches we watched came up empty. The drug agents cased 3 different gates at Atlanta's airport, blending in with passengers while we observed from a standoff distance. But it didn't take long before the task force officers spotted our phone and camera. Once they sat down, it was time for a cold consent interview of our own.
Hey there, I'm with the news. You're Sergeant Fikes, aren't you? I'm with Atlanta News First.
Okay.
How many innocent people do you have to search before you find what you're looking for?
Sir, I've got nothing to say to you.
Another officer was behind me, out of sight, over my shoulder, giving hand signals to Fikes as I asked him questions.
What about Tabari Sturdivant? You remember him? No? Why do people have to prove themselves innocent? You got nothing to say to these people?
Senator Rand Paul is proposing a bill in the U.S. Senate to fix the problem. The bill passed the House Judiciary Committee with a unanimous vote. And a reminder that we want to know what's happening where you live. Shoot us an email or call our tip line to speak with an investigator so that Factfinder can get answers to any of your questions.